Welcome to our video about information infrastructure and operations audits. In this digital era, information technology infrastructure is the backbone of modern organizations. However, to ensure its reliability and security, regular audits are required. Hello, I'm Ferli Handoyo, and in this video, we will explore in depth the importance of auditing information infrastructure and operations in organizations, as well as how the audit process can be carried out effectively. Information infrastructure is the foundation of all modern business operations. From the servers that store data to the networks that connect all systems, everything must run smoothly and securely to support the company's success. Without a strong infrastructure, organizations cannot function efficiently or compete in an increasingly competitive marketplace. Information infrastructure and operations audit is an important process in maintaining the security, reliability, and efficiency of an organization's information systems. This audit involves a thorough examination of physical and technological components, infrastructure, as well as operational procedures related to information management. In this audit, the goal is not only to find defects and weaknesses, but also to provide constructive recommendations to improve the system as a whole. Infrastructure audit is an inspection process carried out on the technology systems used in an organization. This includes evaluation of hardware, software, networks, and other infrastructure that supports information operations. These audits help in identifying potential risks, such as security vulnerabilities, deficiencies in system reliability, and regulatory compliance. One important aspect of infrastructure auditing is information security. Auditors will examine security policies, user access settings, network monitoring, and other steps taken to protect sensitive data from internal and external threats. In addition, infrastructure audits also involve evaluating system efficiency, including hardware and software performance, as well as availability and disaster recovery. The importance of information operational audits. Information operational audits, on the other hand, focus on examining the day-to-day procedures and activities associated with managing information within an organization. This includes evaluation of compliance with established policies and procedures, as well as the effectiveness of steps taken to manage and protect information. In an information operations audit, auditors will examine how data is accessed, stored, processed, and protected throughout its life cycle. This includes monitoring user access, password policies, data encryption, as well as risk management in terms of loss or misuse of information. Information operations audits also include assessing compliance with applicable regulations and security standards, such as GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or ISO 27001. Failure to comply with these regulations can result in legal and financial consequences serious for the organization. The steps in conducting an information infrastructure and operations audit are: 1. Determining the audit scope. The first step in this audit is determining the scope of the audit. This involves identifying which systems, processes, and operational areas will be audited. Determining this scope must consider business needs, risks faced, as well as applicable regulations and standards. 2. Data collection. Once the scope is established, the auditor will collect the data required for the audit. This may involve interviews with key personnel, examination of documents and records, and direct observation of operational processes. 3. Risk evaluation. The next step is risk evaluation. The auditor will identify and evaluate potential risks associated with the audited information infrastructure and operations. This involves assessing the potential impact and likelihood of a particular risk occurring. 4. Control testing. Once risks have been evaluated, the auditor will test the effectiveness of existing controls. This involves network security testing, policy compliance testing, as well as simulating attacks or other risk scenarios. This testing aims to determine the extent to which existing controls can protect the organization from previously identified risks. 5. Preparation of audit report. The final step is the preparation of the audit report. The auditor will prepare a report containing findings, recommendations for improvement, and an overall evaluation of the audited information infrastructure and operations. This report will serve as a guide for management to improve the security and efficiency of the organization's information systems. However, without a proper audit, risks such as data breaches, cyber attacks, and system failures can threaten business continuity and a company's reputation. High-profile data breach cases show how important it is to protect sensitive information and maintain the trust of customers and business partners. Therefore, auditing information infrastructure and operations is an important step in maintaining the security, reliability, and sustainability of organizational operations. By evaluating and improving systems regularly, companies can reduce risks and improve overall efficiency and performance. An audit of information infrastructure and operations serves several very important purposes. First of all, audits aim to identify potential risks that may threaten the security and integrity of company data. This includes a thorough assessment of infrastructure strengths and weaknesses and identification of areas requiring improvement. The audit process also involves testing security and compliance with applicable standards and policies, vulnerability analysis, and reviewing operational documentation to ensure that all systems function according to established standards. This way, organizations can identify vulnerable areas and take proactive steps to fix them before serious problems occur. This allows companies to reduce the risk of financial, reputational, and customer loss caused by data breaches or cyber attacks. The benefits of auditing information infrastructure and operations are enormous. First of all, audits help reduce security risks by identifying gaps in the system and providing recommendations to improve security and compliance. This can protect a company from serious consequences such as legal sanctions and loss of customer trust. The benefits of auditing information infrastructure and operations are enormous. First of all, audits help reduce security risks by identifying gaps in the system and providing recommendations to improve security and compliance. This can protect a company from serious consequences such as legal sanctions and loss of customer trust. Additionally, audits also improve operational efficiency by finding ways to improve performance and reduce costs, such as identifying inefficient or redundant resources. By optimizing infrastructure and processes, companies can better allocate resources and increase competitiveness in the market. By conducting regular audits, organizations can keep their IT infrastructure ready to face future challenges and ensure that investments in technology provide optimal results. It also helps companies stay compliant with rapidly changing regulations and industry standards. There are several best practices that must be considered when conducting audits of information infrastructure and operations. First, be sure to follow applicable security and compliance standards, such as ISO 27001 or NIST, and be sure to regularly update policies and procedures as technology and regulations develop. Audits should also include checking compliance with data privacy regulations such as GDPR. Next, conduct continuous monitoring of infrastructure and systems to quickly detect and respond to threats, and provide regular training to staff to increase their security awareness and understanding of best practices. Security updates and fixes should be applied immediately upon identification of loopholes or vulnerabilities. Thus, auditing information infrastructure and operations is a critical step in maintaining business success and sustainability in this digital era. By conducting regular audits, organizations can ensure that their infrastructure is secure, reliable, and ready to support future growth and innovation. By taking proactive steps to identify and address risks, companies can build trust with stakeholders and strengthen their position in the market. An example of a case study is: to provide a concrete example of how auditing information infrastructure and operations can provide benefits, let's look at a case study. Company XYZ, a fast-growing technology company, experiences a series of security incidents that disrupt their operations. After a thorough audit of the information infrastructure and operations, the auditor found that existing security policies were inadequate, access controls were inconsistent, and network monitoring procedures were ineffective. Using the recommendations from the audit report, XYZ company made significant improvements in their information infrastructure and operations. They strengthened security policies, increased network monitoring, and increased security training for their staff. As a result, the company succeeded in reducing security incidents and increasing customer confidence in their services. So in conclusion, in a world that is increasingly connected and dependent on information technology, auditing information infrastructure and operations is becoming increasingly important. By conducting thorough and effective audits, organizations can identify and address security risks, improve operational efficiency, and comply with applicable regulations. This audit is not only an obligation, but also a smart investment in safeguarding the future and reputation of an organization. Thank you for watching our video on information infrastructure and operations audits. Don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel for other informative content. See you.